New figures from the Home Office reveal the annual cost of asylum claims and processes has quadrupled since 2010 to a massive £2.1 billion. And according to the Labour Party, that figure is expected to rise, no, not if they come into office, but even more when this year's figures are released, as estimates show that an extra £2.4 billion could be used from the overseas budget, easy for me to say, to help deal with the asylum crisis in 2020. But all of this is a fudge, OK? Because the real cost is a lot higher. Joining me now is the former Sky political correspondent, Peter Spencer. Peter, thank you very, very much. I mean, this is a huge sum of money, isn't it? And actually, it doesn't quite tell the full story, because we are mixing up here things like our foreign aid budget, which is now rather skillfully being spent here with foreign people, essentially. You've also got the cost of hotels, but then, of course, you've got the cost of us just building housing and infrastructure. I mean, the reality is we are spending a huge amount of money on asylum seekers.
That is absolutely true, but behind that is the reality of what in God's name is the Home Office up to. Yeah. They have a backlog now which gets bigger and bigger. It would appear that with something like 17,000 people crossing in small boats, they're managing to process each year about 60 of them. Now, on that basis, I never quite trust my mathematics, but I reckon it would take them about 3,000 years to sort it out. Now, how hard would it be? I mean, I kid you not. I mean, how hard would it be for Suella Braverman, the Home Secretary, to hire quite a few extra people to sort this backlog? I mean, as it is, they've seen the figures inexorably rising, and they've done, it will appear, absolutely nothing about it. I mean, no wonder Suella Braverman wants to see the new illegal migration bill get past the House of Lords back to the Commons and into legislation, because effectively what that would do is people who come across here, they'd bang them up and then they'd chuck them out. So she wouldn't have the problem of sorting out processing claims. It's worth remembering, by the way, that about 3/4 of them, when they do finally get round to it before they die of old age or whatever, they allowed asylum.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised, though, because clearly, if you've got this massive backlog and they are doing absolutely nothing about it, I wouldn't mind as well, but a lot of the people that you do see who seem to end up in the schools in this country who've got full beards and they look about 40, so I question whether or not some people are actually doing anything about this. But then, you know, then they wave some people through. You know, for the Home Office to be processing something like 5 people a week is an absolute scandal. For all of the cost... For all of the costs that the people talk about Rwanda and for what we're doing abroad and for our hotels, can't you just employ more people at the Home Office?
I mean, you would think it's an absolute total no-brainer, wouldn't you? I mean, as it is, as we speak, there is the Prime Minister out in a European gathering trying to sort out with various countries to sort of stop the problem at source by preventing the people smugglers from getting hold of little dinghies or whatever. But that does rather come across as trying to whack a few molehills and ignoring the mountain, which is sitting round the cabinet table, that is to say, Suella Braverman.
And it is symptomatic, I think, of where we are as a country right now, which is we wait for a problem to arrive and become ingrained, and then we try and sort it out, as opposed to maybe getting ahead of that problem. So we've got this thing now about, oh, well, look, we're deporting several Albanian criminals, and we've managed to stop Albanians coming over. Well, that's all right, but we did allow Albanian gangs to grip our streets here, and they are not going anywhere, the vast majority of those people. And we say, oh, well, gosh, you know, we've got to put them in hotels because we haven't been building enough houses for absolutely years. Oh, we're just now getting involved with Bulgaria and Turkey to try to stop the boats actually arriving at Calais. I mean, these are all problems now that we are dealing with, or that we should have been dealing with to preempt it, no?
Of course it is. I mean, because I mean, we get these figures that we're talking about at this moment. The reason why we're talking about this moment is because Parliament's in recess, and so it's giving the Labour Party a chance to big them up. But these figures, it's been known for a long, long time that there is a monumental problem building up here. And I mean, it seems to me it's to the eternal. I mean, I've always described the Home Office in my years at Sky News as being the ministry for things that go wrong. But this is a cock up on the most spectacular level, for God's sake.
Good stuff. Look, Peter, thank you very much. Great to chat. Speak to you soon. Peter Spencer there, former Sky News political correspondent.